the seventh without a hit to take the lead. Then Fernando Rodney closed the door in the ninth, giving David Price his AL leading 12th win of the year. Today, James Shields goes to the hill for the Rays against Red Sox right-hander Josh Beckett. It's the rubber game of this three-game set. Catch all the action on Sun Sports. Welcome to Rays Sunday Baseball, presented by Hyundai. Welcome to Tropicana Field for the wrap-up game of this series between the Rays and the Red Sox. They've divided the first two games right down the middle. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Rays Baseball. Dwayne Statz with Brian Anderson, Todd Callis along in just a few moments. Well, the rubber game of this series on tap. Two veteran right-handers, James Shields and Josh Beckett. They both, particularly this year, have pitched well against the opponent here, and you have to go back to April when James Shields was superb at Fenway against the Red Sox.
The weather more like July. That was that Patriots Day game in Boston, and James Shields was outstanding. Pitching into the ninth inning, went 8 1/3, no earned runs, just the 4 hits. What he did a very nice job of that day, he was sharp, as you could tell with those pitches right there, but he did a nice job of attacking the strike zone early, putting guys away early, very efficient that day. He will be looking to get back to that style of pitching, and he had better, because the guy that's going to be opposing the Rays lineup, Josh Beckett, has been very tough on them over the course of his career. 21 starts, a 10-4 record. The number's very good, but if you go back to last year, just in the 5 starts, 2011 and this year, he is 3-0 with a 1.18 earned run average over 38 innings and has walked just 2 hitters. He has been very hard on the Rays, so this lines up as a dandy pitching matchup this Sunday afternoon.
And the pitching matchup presented by your local Southern Ford dealers. Beckett on the year, 4-7. He's been a little more human this year overall, with an earned run mark of 4.43. James Shields 8-5 for the Rays after a very quick start. He has run into some issues later. An earned run average now over 4.17. So two veteran pitchers on the mound. And here at Tropicana Field, it's another Kid Sunday for the series finale between the Rays and the Red Sox. Todd will have more on that in a moment.
on a Kids Sunday out in center field, right center field to be exact, and more games beyond the center field wall. Getting ready for baseball this afternoon. The Rays and the Red Sox wrapping up a 3-game series. On this Kids Sunday, you heard earlier during the Rays Live pregame show about the Rays players' favorite TV show and movies. Time now to check in on their favorite video game, starting with today's starter, James Shields.
Well, right now I'm kind of I'm not much of a video game player, but right now I'm playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
I like all the Call of Duty, you know, NFL, Madden. Is that what you call it, Madden?
I like Call of Duty. You get to maneuver around, you know, shoot some people. I like playing the NBA 2K basketball game and Madden football.
I like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is huge nowadays, and obviously everybody is playing it. So you know, my friends get on there a lot, and so you know, to be able to play with them online and me being a completely different part of the country is pretty cool.
I don't have any favorite video game, but I like to fish.
They've got to have fishing video games. Bass fishing for Fernando Rodney. Maybe a good gift idea for him. A lot of guys play FIFA too. Price, BJ Upton, Sean Rodriguez. A lot of guys like that FIFA game. Anyway, we're ready for baseball. Sunday afternoon, Beckett Shield. Should be a good one. Enjoy all the action next right here on Sun Sport.
Brought to you by the Hyundai Fuel Efficiency Drive Sales Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Bluebell Creameries, try our newest flavor, Summer Strawberry Pie. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for great deals on the amazing lineup of Toyota vehicles. Toyota, moving forward. Rays in the Red Sox series moving forward into the wrap-up game. Divided the first 2 games, and Boston will have Jacoby Ellsbury leading off, followed by Daniel Nava and David Ortiz, the DH. Adrian Gonzalez in the lineup today. He'll hit cleanup. Cody Ross in right. Jared Saltalamacchia will catch. Will Middlebrooks hit 7th. Mike Aviles, the number 8 hitter. Pedro Siriaco at second base, batting 9th.
Let's take a look. James Shields going to make the start this afternoon for the Tampa Bay Rays. And let's look at the scouting report brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Fresh start. You know, even though James matched his career high of 8 wins before the All-Star break. At times, the first half, very frustrating for James. He needs to look at the second half as a fresh start. That starts today, and improve efficiency. That's not only going to allow him to pitch even deeper into games, but it will be a strong indication that he is back to his super aggressive style of pitching.
Well, here's Jacoby Ellsbury just off the DL with the start of this series. And the first pitch of this game presented by Pinch a Penny, and it's a fastball in there for a strike. It'll be interesting to see Shields and the use of the fastball in this game.
That's when he's at his best, when he's able to locate that pitch.
Sort of a little bit wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rays start the game at 46 and 42. 3 straight fastballs to start Ellsbury, and the count is now a ball, 2 strikes.
Well, think about the main pitches for James Shields. Everything is going to work off that fastball, whether it be the cutter, the changeup, and even the curveball.
Pitch foul back. Out of play. Ellsbury waiting, and again the 1-2 pitch. It's too low. Off speed there, the changeup. So he starts with 3 fastballs, then a cut fastball, and a changeup. Two to Ellsbury. Full count. Murray lays off the pitch wide.
Tried to come back with another cutter.
So he at one point was up in the count. Now it's 3-2. Fly ball lifted toward left center. Jennings closing and makes the catch coming in. Got him with a fastball.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up in the outfield. Left to right, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Ben Zobrist across the infield. Third to first, Jeff Keppinger, Elliot Johnson, Will Rhymes, and Carlos Pena. Jose Lobaton will be behind the plate. This afternoon's Ray defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarkets, home of the new Sweet Spot Burgers.
Switch hitting outfielder Daniel Nava, 264 overall. He's hit over 300 as a left-handed hitter. 1 ball and no strikes. And overall, Nava has done a nice job filling in the outfield. As we discussed the other night, the opening game of this series, these have been the 2 most often injured teams in the American League. The Rays and the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox have used a ton of outfielders. 14.
Yeah, that's amazing that you could even dig up that many guys.
The pitch is wide. They appear to be on the verge of getting Carl Crawford back. They just got Ellsbury back at the start of the series here Friday night.
Really, the 2 teams here that had to do a ton of scrambling in the first half to stay competitive, to stay in the race, and now high expectations here in the second half, getting some guys back from injuries, starting to get that full complement of players trying to make a run.
And there's ball 4. So a walk to Nava. 1 out pass. Nava goes to first, and that will get David Ortiz up there with a man on base.
Really looked like it knows that situation, that sequence right there. A lot of careful pitches by James Shields. And here, take a look.
DL.
That's right.
Take a look at that. 20 players for the Boston Red Sox, 14 for the Rays. Tops in the American League, and the Red Sox tops in the Major League.
And look, the Red Sox obviously a dangerous team. The Rays, the Nationals have been very good this year. The Dodgers, have been very competitive all season long. The Phillies have been somewhat of a disappointment, but still a lot of very good teams on that list.
And the Dodgers just got Kemp and Ethier back a couple days ago. There's Ortiz, and he takes a fastball outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Just so important. You know, it's not always the big signings, the big name guys. You've got to be able to accumulate depth to be able to cover streaks like that. The Rays and Red Sox have been able to do that.
And a strike call. 1-1. Strike. Went off speed on a changeup with him.
Yeah, tremendous location here on the changeup and great finishing action. Look at that ball just take off at the very end. Lobaton does a nice job of sticking it right there in the corner.
And he tries that changeup again, and it's a little bit outside this time to take the count to 2-2.
Right here on a 1-2 count, he's going to take it a little bit further out there and see if he can get David Ortiz to chase. Doesn't do it. You got to make a pitch here in a 2-2 count. Going to go backdoor cutter.
Two. And he missed with it. Ortiz taking the pitch off the plate, and now the count is full. So the third consecutive 3-ball count now, and the second 3-2 count he's had already.
And a number of backdoor cutters that we've already seen.
Well, he got ahead of Ellsbury with a fastball, went away from that to run the count full. Finally got him on a fly ball to short left on a fastball, and he walked Nava. Now 3-2 to Ortiz. Runner breaks and the pitch is down for ball 4. Ortiz took the low fastball, back-to-back walks, and the Red Sox have been at first and second to start the game.
Now this is the fastball here, full count. It's going to be down below the zone. You see where it ended up, about shin high on Ortiz, and now back-to-back walks. That's not something that you see very often out of James Shields, especially early in a ball game. But right now, in trying to establish his game, he is really, and granted, this is one of those teams that you face a number of times. But boy, oh boy, the mix of pitches already is like it's the 6th, 7th inning.
Here's Adrian Gonzalez hitting out of the cleanup spot. And there's a fastball off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. See Gonzalez with a 300 average lifetime against Shields. He did not play last night. Scratched from the lineup in the first game of this series. And that's a strike. It's 1-1. He tweaked his back. Signing an autograph, reaching down for a young fan to hand an autograph. How about that? That's one of the more peculiar injuries. His back locked up on him. In the lineup today. And he strokes a base hit into left, charged by Jennings. Ellsbury's going to try to score. The throw will come through. Bounces away from Lobaton. Ortiz will try to go to third. They're going to get him. He is out at third, and trailing into second is Gonzalez. Gonzalez singles home Nava. So Nava scored from second. Ortiz out trying to go to third, and Gonzalez winds up at second on a base hit. Run batted in, and a move to second on the play at third.
Well, Nava's going to, or he's going to try to get Nava at the plate. Desmond Jennings, that throw a little offline, gets away from Lobaton, but nice hustle after it, recognizing Ortiz is going and throws the open hips there. Not an easy throw to make full gear on, but look at this, right on the money. Stays with it, doesn't give up on the play, makes a nice throw. Easy.
First pitch to Ross is bounced foul. So Elliott Johnson taking the throw down there at third to get Ortiz, as Gonzalez singled home Daniel Nava from second base on the liner into left. So the Red Sox have a first inning run. One ball, one strike. The 1-1, and it's fouled back. Ball, 2 strikes now. A grab and a souvenir. So 2 walks in the inning. And that first walk to Daniel Nava has been converted into a run against Shields. Gonzalez at second. To the count to Ross. Fouls this one out of play. I mentioned the other night, Ross has been the big RBI man against the Rays this year for Boston. 25 pitches here in the first. He has 12 runs batted in against the Rays this year. 3 ahead of Ortiz, who has 9. Pitch is inside. We go to 2-2. Swing and a foul ball reflecting off Lobaton. Shields got Ellsbury to start it, then gave up back-to-back walks to Nava and Ortiz. Adrian Gonzalez singled home a run. Ortiz cut down trying to go to third. Gonzalez now at second. 2 outs and a 2-2 count on the hitter, Cody Ross. It's outside. Fastball, and that runs the count full. So he's faced 5 hitters. He's had a 3-ball count on 4 of them, and 3 full counts.
And more balls than strikes on the pitch count.
Very unlike James Shields. 3-2. He got him out the front. Change up, 3-2. Ross strikes out. Boston in with a run. Rays coming in to hit. by H.H. Gregg. Take a look at the Rays lineup this afternoon, put together by Joe Madden. Will Rhymes leads it off, followed by Carlos Pena and Ben Zobrist. B.J. Upton in the cleanup spot, and Hideki Matsui will be the DH. Jeff Keppinger at third. He'll hit sixth. Desmond Jennings seventh, in front of Jose Lobaton and Elliot Johnson.
Taking the mound this afternoon for the Boston Red Sox, right-hander Josh Beckett. You see the season numbers. Very un-Josh Beckett-like. However, he has continued to be very hard on this Rays ball club.
First pitch to Rhymes is outside. Will Rhymes in that leadoff spot. Something that Joe Madden said he will do. He'll rotate some hitters through the leadoff position. Third time this year Rhymes has been up there, and he lines it into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. 1-0 fastball, and Rhymes is aboard.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense as it lines up behind Beckett. In the outfield, left to right, Daniel Nava, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Cody Ross. Across the infield, third to first, Will Middlebrooks, Mike Aviles, Pedro Siriaco, and Adrian Gonzalez. Jared Saltalamacchia will be behind the plate. This afternoon's Red Sox defense brought to you by Sweet Base Supermarkets, home of the new Sweet Spot Burgers.
There's a start for the Rays. Just for the record, Rhymes the only hitter who's undefeated in that leadoff spot for the Rays. He's 2-0 this year leading off, and has a base hit to start here in the bottom of the first against Beckett. It's Carlos Pena. Carlos shoots it into right. That's in there, a base hit. One big hop in front of Ross. The throw heads towards second, and Rhymes heads to third. First and third here as the Rays come out swinging. Rhymes and Pena with back-to-back hits.
Well, first pitch hacking here from Pena. It was going to be a cut fastball that just never got in. Carlos, big swing, gets the barrel to it, shoots his ball. Will Rhymes, as he takes off this line drive, got to make sure it's not going to be caught. It bounces, and off he goes. Makes his mind up right away to hustle into third base.
So aggressive base running here in the early stages of this game by the Rays. They have a threat with nobody out, and Ben Zobrist in the batter's box. And a .249 for the year. Cut and a miss. Strike one. Ben has had his issues against Beckett. He's just 2 for 24 lifetime against him. Cut and a miss. 0-2.
Beckett be going for the strikeout now. You talk about the struggles of Ben Zobrist against Beckett. You look at what he's done. His last 5 starts going back to the beginning of the 2011 season. He's holding this Rays team to a 137 average. He has been extremely tough on everybody. You see that it looks as if here in the early going, the Rays have had enough of that. Come out aggressive against Beckett.
The 0-2. He's protecting and fouls it against the fastball, fouling it out of play. How about this? Last 7 starts against the Rays, 4-0 with that 1.08 earned run average.
And he's not hurt himself by walking guys. He's holding them to a nothing average. So not surprising.
Walking just a little over 2 hitters every 9 innings overall this year. This is away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rhymes at third. Pena's aboard at first. 2-2. Tried both sides of the plate with the fastball, missed wide, now in. B.J. Upton is on deck. Step back. Zobrist getting time granted by Mike DeMuro, the plate umpire.
Saltalamacchia and Josh Beckett could not get together on the pitch. He went through just about everything. Went back to the fastball away.
And the pitch, did he go? He held up. That fastball wound up down and in a bit.
And Yanks just went a little bit. Let's see the swing. That was very close, and they could have got him. That was very close.
It's a borderline check swing right there.
That's
Bobby Valentine believes that he went around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could go either way there. He calls him out. There's really not going to be an argument. Or shouldn't be. That was right there on the borderline.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Beckett holding the ball and time called. Beckett coming off an outing against the Yankees when he struggled early. Gave up 6 runs in 5 innings and thought he really got ahead of himself a little bit in that start. He's not here. Taking a lot of time. 3-2 and a liner off the glove of Beckett, scrambling behind the mound. Throw to first. Not in time. This game is tied. Grimes scores. Up to second goes Pena. And Zobrist will get a base hit. And a run batted in as he beat the play to first.
Now, Josh Beckett taking a lot of time. One of the other things he said about that New York start was that he really felt uncomfortable the entire game when pitching out of the stretch. And here you go. Line drive right off the glove. By the time he recovers, Ben Zobrist, who just won the Hustle Award, of course, is flying up that first base line. And he beats it. He beats it rather easily.
So 3 straight hits for the Rays, and they have a run to tie it. Here's B.J. Upton. Cut and a miss. Strike 1. Pitch cutting away from B.J. Beckett at the belt. Cut and a miss. B.J. down at the count 0-2. Missed a fastball there. Did not miss this fastball last night. He connected off Andrew Miller and hit that ball about as hard as he's going to hit a baseball. His 8th home run of the year. That gave the Rays a little breathing room in their 5-3 victory. Time call. And Beckett taking a lot of time out there. The Rays putting 3 men on to start this game and scoring 1 of them. And a foul ball. It's his 13th pitch of the inning. And we're headed toward 10 minutes. How about that for a pace? 13
all day,
pitches,
baby.
10 minutes.
All day.
That is deliberate.
Hope you packed the lunch.
An 0-2 count. B.J. fouling away the last pitch. And a little piece of that one, a foul ball on the curveball. Still 2 strikes. Well, I hope his defenders pack the lunch. They might have to get into Kelly Shopik's back pocket, get a sandwich.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you wonder. I mean, it's one thing to slow the game down. It's another to bring it to a grinding halt. Obviously, it doesn't help your fielders. And I think if you hold on to the ball that long, it can't possibly help you as a pitcher. Just standing out there frozen in the stretch.
When you talk about leaving a base runner flat-footed, you'd almost think that not only would your defenders be that way, but you as the pitcher might be that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. You want to stay into a rhythm, dictate the tempo. I mean, he has not moved from that position right there too long.
And the pitch is low, breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know if Shopik had a sandwich in that back pocket the other night, but he had something loaded in both of them.
Oh, I mean, packing away.
There's Kelly. He's having a good year over there with Boston.
Yes, he is.
And now Saltalamacchia is going to head to the mound.
Yeah, I don't see how a pace like this benefits anybody. On this afternoon's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
And a cut and a miss. He threw him another curveball and got him swinging for the first out.
That was a dandy curveball there by Josh Beckett. He kept that ball in the zone for a long time before breaking it down and away. DJ just runs out of bat as that ball tracks off the plate.
So here is Hideki Matsui, the DH. Matsui fouls the first pitch back after that first pitch fastball. Strike again. So Matsui in the lineup here in this game. 9 hits, 9 career hits, 3 of those home runs off Beckett. Scott also with 3 home runs off Beckett. Matsui gets the nod as the DH today. It's popped up back at third. Middlebrooks near the stands, not going to have room. Strike 2.
I don't know if that glove is legal.
A little too big, you think?
Yeah.
Even for an outfielder.
That's right. That's a softball outfielder's glove. Have that thing measured.
Yeah, you've got to work out a lot just to carry that into the outfield with you.
Or to get it in the stadium.
A 2-strike count to Matsui. Fouls it. Just a little piece of that one. Beckett in 2 starts this year against the Rays. A 180 earned run average. A win, no losses. 10-4 lifetime. And taking his good old time about it here in the bottom of the first. Matsui getting time. Minor, that's going to be foul up the right side. It's short of the bullpen area. Ryan's open with a base hit. He has scored the tying run. Pena at second, Zobrist at first. And a swing and a foul-tipped strikeout right back into Saltalamacchia's mitt.
Well, barely hung on to that. That ball up in the zone. Matsui gets a piece of it right to the tip of Saltalamacchia's glove and does a nice job of maintaining control. See how close that ball came to shooting out the end, which would have given Hideki another chance. Snow cone.
Well, now it's up to Jeff Keppinger if the Rays are to take advantage of this situation any further. It's 3 out of 7 lifetime against Beckett. The pitch is a strike, a fastball on the outside corner. One thing about it, Beckett is not allowing this game to speed up on him in any way.
You wonder if that's something that, because of the struggles out of the stretch in the last start, if it's deliberate on his part or trying to slow down the rhythm of this Rays offense.
And this one hits Keppinger. So Keppinger's hit by a pitch, and that's going to load the bases. It's only the second batter Beckett has hit this year.
Now this one runs way up and in, gets Keppinger right in the back of that arm. Well, he was hit there. That in. That last road trip in Cleveland missed a couple of games, getting hit in a very similar spot. That looked to be just above that protective pad in the site of the first hit.
Well, here's Desmond Jennings with the bases loaded. Breaking ball to start him is outside. 1-0. Jennings 3 for 7 against Beckett in his career. And a line drive base hit into center field. Here comes Pena to score. Zobrist heads to the plate. He will score as Desmond Jennings gives the Rays a 3-1 lead. Desmond Jennings comes through, picking up a couple of runs, batted in. It's now 3-1. Keppinger winds up at third for Jennings. RBIs 24 and 25.
Well, Desmond takes this cut fastball and just stays right on it. Doesn't hit it hard, gets it like kind of off the end of the bat, but a nice level swing, a nice line drive. 2 RBIs. Rays take advantage.
So a nice 2-out hit by Jennings. He was a big part of last night's win with a couple sacrifice bunts that figured in scoring. He drives in 2 in the first inning of this game.
Well, that was a nice approach too, because if you try to do too much with that pitch and start to pull off of it, it's an easy out. He stayed right down and through it, shot at the middle of the field.
Jose Lobaton. This one looked into left. Nava to his right is there to make the catch. The Rays send 8 men to the plate in the first. They scored 3 and lead 3-1.
Second inning, when you compare James Shields this year to last year in his first 18 starts, you can see the wins are the same, different ERA, and the complete game's obviously different. Pitches per inning, a big factor, as Shields talks about that.
There's a lot of things you got to go right. That's for sure. You know, you got to have good defense behind you, and you got to be efficient with your pitches. You know, and I think last year I wanted to get as many ground balls as I have this first half, but unfortunately for me, it's been getting through the holes. So hopefully the second half, you know, the luck will change a little bit. I feel really good with my delivery over the last 3 starts. You know, and obviously that shows I haven't walked too many guys. But you know, the hits need to go down, and we need to win some ball games.
Guys, in that Toyota trend, you saw the pitches per inning last year, 14.0 through the first 18 starts, 14.3 for the whole season, best in the American League. This year, he's in the top 10 highest. Back to you.
All right, he's facing Jared Saltalamacchia here in the second inning to lead off with a count of 1-1. He made 29 pitches in the first inning, of which 15 were non-strikes. 1-2 now to Saltalamacchia.
Well, you remember James Shields from last year, the way that he would come in, go right after hitters and put them away. You think of some of those sequences from that first inning. You know, a couple of fastballs, backdoor cutter, changeup, backdoor cutter.
And a cut and a miss. He goes right after Saltalamacchia with that changeup head in the count.
That's it, and that works. And
contrast that to Ellsbury to start the first.
Absolutely, and this is where James is at his best when he goes out there and just takes the approach of, you know what, I don't care who you are, I'm better than you, I'm going to come right after you, I'm going to get ahead of you, I'm going to put you away, I'm not going to mess around with it. That's when he's at his very best. We saw it right there.
Little Brooks, the third baseman. The pitch is outside. The interesting thing about Shields in that regard, he's always had a couple varieties of that changeup. And one is, it's a strike changeup, and the other one is, I'm going to put you away changeup.
Yeah.
Equipment issue here with Lobaton. He'll get a new mitt.
And you certainly understand a pitcher, you know, from year to year wants to add a new toy or tweak what he does just a little bit. But you look at the year that he put together last year, why would you change a thing? It was a historic season for him across the board.
Yeah, until you get notice to change.
That's right. The hitters will let you know.
That's a strike, and the count is 1-1, and Shields, certainly with the variety of pitches, when that time comes, has an arsenal to deal with making an adjustment here or there. The liner and a base hit into left. Little Brooks is aboard. Came on the changeup.
And we've talked a lot about James Shields as far as his stuff goes and his ability to throw any pitch in any count to either side of the plate and how tough that is on a hitter. At the same time, if you do it too much, it can be just as dangerous for the pitcher because then you never really establish anything. You're just kind of floating out there with no real rhyme or reason to what you're doing.
There's Mike Aviles. Aviles at 263 on the year. Sends one right back down the middle to deep center, up and at the wall. That one is gone. Home run to center field. Aviles hits his 10th home run of the year, right back down the middle to center field and just over the wall. And just like that, this game is tied.
That was Mike Aviles taking a cut fastball right to dead center field. Here it is. Trying to cut that ball away from Aviles that ends up middle. And he does not miss it. You know, a cut fastball that you don't get it to your spot is like one of those hanging sliders. Easily recognizable and in a bad spot.
So here's Siriaco. The pitch is a strike. Well, right there. Hurt by the cut fastball. Aviles takes advantage. Cut and a miss. Siriaco now behind in the count, out in front of a changeup. 0-2. A swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. 3 pitches. Changeup got him. Strikeout number 3. Now, the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury 0 for 1. Pitch is down. Take a look at this home run to center by Aviles.
BJ going back there, looks like he's trying to time his jump. That ball just ends up beating him to the wall. He's upset with himself. Thought maybe that he had a shot at it, but just didn't get to the wall in time. You go back there, you're drifting. You want to time that jump so you can go up and over the wall. The ball got there before he did.
Yeah, just never gave him the opportunity to make a leaping attempt. I think he felt like that ball was either going to be near the top of the fence, or if it was over that wall out there, he could maybe bring it back, but he never really was allowed to get into a spot where he could even attempt to make a leaping grab on it. Two and one. It's going to be low. Fastball, 3 balls and a strike. Three and 2. Foul the fastball back. Aviles, who hit the home run. Pretty good series. He was on twice, including a double in the first game, and had 2 hits last night. 2-run home run today. And there's a base hit. Back toward the right field corner, and Ellsbury's on his way to second. Zobrist retrieves the ball, and Ellsbury makes a turn but hangs at second base with a double. That's his 4th 2-base hit of the year. Here, just coming back off the disabled list.
Well, this pitch just stayed up and out over the plate, allowed Ellsbury to get out and around it, pull that down into the corner, and then it's just a race. Can Zobrist get to it, keep Ellsbury at second base?
Daniel Nava. Nava walked and scored in the first inning. Pitch is a ball. 1-0. Run in the first, 2 runs in the second. The Rays put 3 up in their first. 1-1 now. Shields already at 48 pitches. Chop right side. Rhymes scoops, and the throw to first in time retires the side. 2 runs on the home run. This game tied 3-3.
as we head into the home half of the second inning. All knotted up here at 3. This afternoon's game is available in Espanol via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Mike Aviles with a 2-run home run in the top half of the inning has tied this game. Elliott Johnson leads off the bottom of the second for the Rays. The pitch is down. Ball, no strikes to Elliott. 321 is a left-handed hitter on the year. Middlebrooks close at third. There's a line drive and a base hit. Johnson is aboard to start the Rays half of the second. And the Rays, the first time through the order, have 5 hits. They played the entire game last night and collected just 5 hits in their 5-3 win. Johnson aboard with a leadoff single, and will swing back around to the top side of the order.
Now the top 3 hitters for the Rays. Quick start, 3 straight hits, and that has been the part of the lineup that has given Josh Beckett trouble. Top 4 hitters.
Pitch to Rhymes. He fouls it back. Strike 1. One thing about Beckett, he's not altogether aware of base runners. So if you get in a position where you think you can steal a base, you got a pretty good chance of success.
Well, he's given up 12 this year. Last year, 31. And you've got a guy over there, Elliott Johnson, in a game that looks like runs are going to be at a premium. Get aggressive.
There he goes. Pitch swung on and a fly ball into right. Johnson's going to have to head back to first as Ross makes the catch. So Rhymes flies to right. 1 away. And now Carlos Pena. One on, one out.
Well, Saturday, July 21st gets a little sweeter when Gavin DeGraw takes the stage following the Rays versus Mariners game. Catch him perform all of his hits like I Don't Want to Be, Not Over You, and Sweeter. Concert is free with the purchase of that game's ticket.
Carlos Pena starting to settle into the batter's box. Over to first. Runners back in there. Shift on for Boston. Pena looks at a curveball. That's a strike. Both Shields and Beckett showing signs of running a very high pitch count here in the early part of this game. Beckett took 19 minutes to make 26 pitches in the first inning. It's up and away. 1-1 strike. Rays sent 8 men to the plate in the first to score 3. Red Sox, who had scored a run in the first, put up 2 in the top half of the second, or in the bottom of the second. 1 on, 1 out, 1-1 the count to Pena. This curveball breaks over. 1-2.
That was a good pitch there by Beckett. He starts that pitch off the plate. Just a little movement towards the plate. Good break on it. Catches that outside corner. Puts him up 1-2.
goes the runner. The pitch is wide, and the throw is in time. Out the call at second base. James Hoy on the call. Aviles put the tag down, and Elliott Johnson caught for the 5th time this year.
Now this would be the first one with Beckett on the hill. Saltalamacchia, a good throw. Let's see. The tag gets down there. Yeah, he got him. He did get him. That right foot there by Elliott Johnson didn't go to the front of the bag. You watch it. Instead of hitting the front of the bag there, it kind of slides by and then gets it on the backside. The tag got there in time.
Now 2-2. So the count is full. Let's check in with Todd quickly.
Dwayne, you're talking about pace. The last 5 years, Carlos Pena, time between pitches as a hitter, 27.5 seconds. By far the highest in baseball. Second and a half higher than Manny Ramirez. Josh Beckett, 25.5 seconds between pitches. Again, in the last 5 years, the highest of any pitcher in the big leagues. Back to you.
So we've got a real standoff here. Beckett and Pena. Truly a standoff. And there's ball 4.
Well, Beckett is definitely stretching the limits of that today. And Carlos is, I got to stay on the season. He's got to be well above 27 and some change.
Well, the Circle K walk leaders updated. Pena with this walk now pulls even with Ben Zobrist. Adam Dunn leading the American League with 70. Ben Zobrist. Ben takes a fastball. The other thing on the caught stealing of Elliott Johnson, the pitch turned out to be the wrong pitch to try to steal on. It was a fastball off the plate.
Away from the left-handed hitting Carlos Pena, almost like a pitch out.
Yep. So it was the best pitch for Saltalamacchia to throw on. Looping fly ball into left. Nava coming in, and Aviles out. That's a base hit. Now Zobrist going to try to go to second. He's safe. Pena had advanced to third, and Zobrist hustling his way into second base with a 2-base hit. The Rays have 2 men in scoring position.
Now that was trouble from the start for the Red Sox. Aviles, this ball's off the end of the bat of Zobrist, and it is out in no man's land. Watch this ball just get flipped. Backdoor breaking ball. Good effort, couldn't get there, and as it bounces away, Ben Zobrist is going to turn it up a notch and try to get in there just ahead of the tag. Siriaco.
Here's B.J. Upton now with men at second and third. Upton called out on strikes his first time, and he takes the first pitch fastball in for a strike. So with 2 outs, the Rays have a threat, trying to break a 3-3 tie. The 0-1 up and away by plenty, and the count is a ball and a strike. Angels are hitting in the top of the 6th inning in New York, and the Yankees lead that game 3-2. The bottom of the 2nd here, tied 3-3. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Matsui would be next if Upton could keep the inning going. Rays with 3 runs, 6 hits, and a walk. Fly ball short right. Siriaco out. Coming in is Ross, who makes the catch. And the Rays lead 2, do not score. We're tied 3-3. Southern Ford dealers, by Subway restaurants, play hard, eat fresh, and by Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. Well, I know two guys who aren't driving that car. We go to the third here.
Who would they be?
Well, a couple of those guys faced each other in the second inning.
That's good footage right there.
Some of the best. Here's David Ortiz, the pitch inside. Always in an effort to be creative. Just in addition to our humble little production here.
There's not a thing that Todd Kalas won't do for the show.
That's right. And speeding across the Skyway Bridge would be one of them for the good of the show. Ortiz takes a strike. It's 1-1.
Not a hair out of place either.
You just couldn't imagine Pena or Beckett even being a passenger in that vehicle, much less driving it. 2 balls and a strike, as Todd pointed out. Carlos 27.5 seconds and Beckett 25.5 seconds between pitches. Line drive, and it's going to be caught. The Rays had that defense set up perfectly. That time Johnson at shortstop made the grab. Keppinger, who was on the first base side of the bag, will now return to third.
Did not have to move. This was a rocket shot right at him.
Now Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez throwing a run with a base hit his first time. That's a strike. Foul ball out of play. 0-2. Strikes the count to Adrian Gonzalez. Open in, moves it back a little bit with the fastball. 1-2. 3-6-0 for the Rays. 3-4-0 for the Red Sox. We play in the third. Two and two. Shields 29 pitches in the first, 20 in the second. The count's going to go to 3-2 on Gonzalez. Hit past the diving Johnson and threw into left. So Gonzalez on for the second time, and we'll check in with Todd Kalas.
Thanks, Dwayne. Coming up on Friday, as presented by Captain Morgan. First 10,000 fans will get this James Shields t-shirt. The cool thing about the Shields t-shirt, he designs his own product. So this one says, if you don't like it, pitch better. Big game, Fuego G. And instead of the number 33 up on the shoulder, you have the Roman numerals, Super Bowl style, XXXIII. First 10,000 fans on Friday night, part of Friday Fest, presented by the Tampa Bay Times and Captain Morgan, guys.
Now the Mariners will be in Friday. Cleveland in next, followed by Seattle. Pitch to Cody Ross inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. Angels have scored a run in the 6th to tie New York. It's a 3-3 ball game. Tigers out in front of Baltimore in the top of the 5th at Baltimore, 2-0 in that one. One. Shields got Ross on a changeup, struck him out the first time around, and now he goes to 2-2 with a little foul ball off a changeup.
Highest BABIP in the American League, James Shields at 339. Some pretty good names on that list. And that's after Shields last year, his BABIP was 260. Big jump this year.
And his ground ball rate has gone up this year.
And
even more.
For him and David Price. Both of them made a big jump in that category.
Broken bat and a fly ball back into center field. That's got some carry almost to the track on a broken bat. I mean, a broken bat. The barrel end of that bat wound up near the shortstop spot, just short of the skin part of the infield. Kids Sunday.
Yeah, how about it?
Jared Saltalamacchia coming to the plate. That got quite a reaction from the crowd here.
They recognize that's a mouthful.
Nice job. With perhaps the toughest, no question, the toughest guy in the lineup. Yeah, if your little sister approves of it, you know that you're cooking with gas.
Yep.
There's a strike to Saltalamacchia. On the count. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's 2-1. Walk around the rest of the day saying Saltalamacchia.
And he should.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. Get one shot at it. He nailed it.
Two one. Full foul through the coaching box up the right side. Cracked the bat. 2-2. Cody Ross getting that fly ball to deep center field.
He hit that ball right off the barrel.
Yep.
And it just exploded. I mean, usually, you're getting labeled off the handle, off maybe the end of the bat. And he hit that solidly, and that bat just blew up. And got some great carry. There it is.
Still trying to figure that one out.
No splintering. That ball.
Down to the right side. Shields will cover, taking the throw from Rhymes. Till the Red Sox are finished, we go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied 3-3.
and I like a little bit country music because I like hear the sound of the guitar.
I probably got a ton of them, but I'd say probably Sublime. Sublime is one of my all-time favorites, and Pennywise.
We go to the home half of the third inning already on Kids Sunday. Game tied 3-3. Kick back and enjoy the afternoon of Rays and Red Sox baseball.
Look at that.
That's a serious Ray Hawk.
That is some big-time work this Sunday morning.
Looking for a photo op. Hideki Matsui lifts a high pop foul out of play. Matsui, Keppinger, and Jennings due up for the Rays in the bottom of the third. Now it's 5-3. The Angels over the Yankees. New York hitting in the bottom of the sixth inning. Nasir Stewart has hit a home run. That's 3 home runs by the Angels of Nova. Ibar and Pujols hit back-to-back home runs earlier in that game. And now 5-3 Los Angeles. New York hitting in the bottom half of inning 6. Matsui takes a look at the fastball out of the zone, up and away, and it's 2-1. Josh Beckett on the hill for Boston, 32-year-old right-hander. It's 3-1. Beckett 2-3 here lifetime at Tropicana Field, and 10-4 overall against the Rays. He hit Keppinger his first time. Keppinger on deck. And ball 4. Matsui is aboard to open the inning. Second walk allowed by Beckett. And he's going to get a visit from the pitching coach, Bob McClure.
Follow your Tampa Bay Rays all season long with a 7-day-a-week subscription to the Tampa Bay Times. Subscribe today and get one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. For an exclusive subscription offer, go to tampabay.com/Rays offer. Oh, a little old school Batman. Kablammy. I want to get rid of that thing, bud, before it goes off.
Drama everywhere.
A lot of nonsense today. I am this close.
Just go with it.
This close.
Just stay with it and then go with it.
This is a game that will test your professionalism.
Here is Jeff Keppinger. And he shoots one down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul at home run distance. But foul, strike one. Beckett has been this way from the outset. Popped up. It's a foul ball and will wind up out of play. So a 2-strike count to Keppinger. Rays have 6 hits. Boston 5. Breaking ball, and it's popped up towards short left center. Nava coming in from left and makes the catch. Flip back toward first, but Matsui's back in plenty of time. Keppinger retired. Now Desmond Jennings. Jennings single home 2 runs in the first. Foul ball, strike 1. Beckett setting a deliberate pace. This one is outside and low. We're not even sure that this qualifies as a pace.
It's not.
It's more like a trudge. He's setting a deliberate trudge out there. 1-1. Blocked by Saltalamacchia. 2 balls and a strike. Beckett before the break on the 6th worked 5 innings against the Yankees and had a no decision in that game. Gave up 6 runs on 8 hits and 5. Slow breaking ball is in there in the low 70s, and that's a strike taken by Jennings.
Yeah, he's able to slow that pitch down and get some good sweeping action with it. Very similar pitch that he got Keppinger on, and that was a pitch where Jeff started to commit, stopped, waited a little bit longer, and then swung at it. It just never gets there.
Jennings lifts it into short right. That's going to hang up long enough for Ross to make the catch. A breaking ball that Jennings reached out. Well, he might have a chance to loop it in, but Ross got there.
Well, he did a nice job of committing to that pitch. The ball started to head out of the strike zone, but he stayed down and threw it, much like his base hit in his first at-bat. Tried to get that ball to fall in out there in right field.
Jose Lobaton. Lobaton bounces this one foul. Pitch coming in to the left-handed bat of Lobaton. Granderson hit a home run for New York. The game moves into the top of the 7th at New York, with the Angels leading the Yankees 5-4. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Rays a half game back of Baltimore in the wild card race. And they're 2 games back of the Angels. The Angels atop the wild card race. Spots open this year in the wild card. Lobaton fouls it. The count is 1-2.
Tell you what, is that going to be some kind of intense matchup or what? Make it as a wild card? Great. You got a 1-game playoff. There you go.
It's going to be wild to get in if the early race, the way it stacks up, is any indication. Right now, the Angels the top spot in the wild card, then Baltimore. The Rays started the day a half back of Baltimore. Cleveland a game back. Detroit and Oakland a game and a half. And Boston and Toronto each 2.5 back. Lobaton sends a fly ball to center. Ellsbury back. Still on the turf. Making the catch, and the Rays leave a man. We are through 3. This game tied 3-3. At Beckett, the matchup in the wrap-up game of the series. And here's today's AT&T trivia question. How many players in Major League history have hit over 100 home runs and stolen at least 200 bases before turning 28? That's the AT&T trivia question. At the ready, Middlebrooks leads off the fourth. Takes a curveball for a ball, 1-0. 1-1. Middlebrooks, Aviles, and Siriaco, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the lineup. That's a fair ball over the bag. Jeff Nelson making the call, and it's going to be a leadoff double by Middlebrooks. That ball just fared down the line and over the bag. And Joe Madden wants to have a little conversation with Jeff Nelson about that call.
Well, it was very, very close. And right there, you read the lips. He said it was over the bag, Joe. Ball was hit very, very hard.
Well, there's a situation where, we'll get a good look at this. And just over the bag. Of course, as Nelson moved to his left, he kept an eye on that one. So fair over the bag, doesn't make any difference what happens beyond that point.
And does not change the aggressiveness of his calls. Saw him last night with the strikeout punch out at home plate. Very emphatic.
Aviles puts down a bunt. Shields trying to get rid of it from his knees and cannot. And now it's going to be first and third. Shields taken by surprise on the bunt. And then once he got to it on his knees, tried to get it out of the glove and could not do it. That's a bunt single.
Now that was going to be a tough play. Aviles is trying to push this ball by James Shields. Get it out there where no one can get it. James is able to get to it, but trying to pull that ball out from his knees, just cannot quite come up with it cleanly.
So the first two men are aboard here on the double by Middlebrooks. He moves to third on the bunt by Aviles. And Pedro Siriaco is the hitter. Sends a high pop foul headed for the seats. Strike one. The Red Sox have had runners on base in every inning. The Rays have had runners on base in every inning. We're only in the fourth. Ball foul by Jerry Royster, the third base coach of the Boston Red Sox.
Shields here has Siriaco down 0-2. You remember in his first at bat, he struck him out with a changeup that was down and in. Looks like Siriaco's still in swing mode. Got a pitch to play with here. Try to take it out of the zone and pick up that strikeout. And that's what they're going to do here with the changeup.
0-2 pitch, and he got it.
Same pitch.
He struck him out with a changeup in the second. He strikes him out with a changeup in the fourth.
Absolutely the same pitch in the same location. The changeup that works its way down and in, and Siriaco swings right over it.
So that's the first out. Now we swing around to the top of the order. And Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury doubled in the second. He is 1 for 2. breaking ball. Stays outside, 1-0. Ellsbury with 2 hits last night. 2 for 4. Was 1 for 5 in the game Friday. 1 for 2 today. Pitch. It's a strike. Breaking ball that caught the zone this time. It's 1-1. Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Daniel Nava's on deck. Shields stays away with the breaking ball, and now it's 3 balls and a strike. Shields has run a lot of deep counts in this game. 3-1 to Ellsbury. The ground ball, backhanded by Rhymes. Johnson 1, first base 2, and a nifty double play for the Rays. Started by Will Rhymes. 4-6-3 and out, and the Rays get out of a tough first and third nobody out situation on the strikeout of Siriaco, and a double play ball off the bat of Ellsbury. We're still tied 3-3.
Autoway. Do you think the Rays can still win the American League East? TB1, yes, plenty of time. TB2, no. Focus on the wild card. Text 789-789 to submit your vote. Standard message and data. Rates apply.
We've got a lot of things out there now. So I have the trivia question open. We've still got now the poll question.
Yeah, and you can't vote TB2. You can't focus on the wild card, the second place.
No. Absolutely not.
You continue to push, and that's what Joe, and I think he's keeping the team focused on that. It's a good move on his part.
The smart thing to do.
That's right. Yeah, if you get there and you fall a little bit short, okay, now you're in the wild card.
Yeah.
But let's not focus there.
I don't know the count to Elliott Johnson, a little breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike. The count is 1-1. And I know, some of those people are, well, I want to try to be a realist. That's a pessimist. Not a realist.
It's a loser.
Swing, you're going to miss.
I mean, really, that's the losing point of view. I'm too far behind now. I just,
hey,
shoot for second or third.
A lot of baseball to be played.
That's right.
Still. And as we know from a year ago, anything can happen. Two balls, 2 strikes. If you're going to calculate odds, well, the odds are always greater from the first day of the season that you're going to get a wild card spot as opposed to winning. Odds.
Yeah.
Better. But what are you going to focus on? You're going to focus on winning it.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Johnson missed the fastball that time. That's strikeout number 1. Well, we're going to get the answer to the trivia question. The AT&T trivia answer coming up. How many players in Major League history have hit over 100 homers and stolen at least 200 bases before turning 28? The answer is 7. And there they are. Bobby Bonds, Cesar Cedeno, Ricky Henderson, of course, Lloyd Moseby, Eric Davis, Barry Bonds. Pitch down and in to Rhymes. Had some good break. 1 ball, no strikes. And Hanley Ramirez, the other one.
So why is that relevant?
Well, it's relevant because B.J. Upton has a birthday coming up in August on the 21st. So he's got a shot. And a pretty good one would think.
That's right. That blast last night.
As hard as he hit that home run last night, that should have counted for 2 to give him 99.
That ball was bliss.
I mean, really, that was fun to hear and see. It's out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul. One out, bases empty. Count is now 2-2. Rhymes in that leadoff spot today for the Rays. Way wide. That one slipped away from Beckett, a curveball. So we go to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pena on deck.
It's a start.
(3-2) and a base hit shot through the hole on the right side. Rhymes 2 out of 3. 1 out single.
Short and sweet. A whole lot of unnecessary movement there. Barrel to the baseball and rip it to right field for a base hit.
So Rhymes aboard. The Rays have used 7 different hitters in that leadoff spot. And Rhymes trying to keep his record perfect. It's currently 2-0. Now Carlos Pena. Not yet set, but settling in the batter's box. Beckett ready to go as well. And the pitch is outside. All those strikes.
I'm going to go grab a sandwich. You need anything? I won't miss a pitch.
When you come back, it may be BJ's birthday by then. With this matchup, well, Beckett and Pena.
It's going to be a lot of doubleheaders in September.
1-0 the count. And it's fouled back. 1-1.
We'll experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Hancock Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Hancock Bank Club features an upscale menu and inclusive drink options. For tickets and more information, call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
We'll be there later, by the way.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Joe Maddon's summer social. Big event.
Kind of snuck up on us.
Packed house. Over to first. Rhymes back in.
Yep.
We're just not quite sure of the time. We do have a night game tomorrow, right? It's not a day game. 1-1 the count. Beckett holding the ball out of the stretch. Carlos patiently taking the curveball. And now it's a 1-2 count. Carlos slowly turns and walks out of the batter's box. Test of wills between Beckett and Pena. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Pena out on strikes on the curveball.
Well, sharp breaker here by Beckett. Takes it right through the bottom of the zone.
Strikeout number 4. Second of this inning. And now Ben Zobrist. Ben 2 for 2, the single and a double. Pitch to strike. Ben since the first week of June has been well over the 350 mark. An on-base percentage of well over 450.
Yeah, the turnaround has been unbelievable. So quick, so dramatic. He was sitting at 199 in the batting average.
Front. Count is 0-2. An occasional change-up from Beckett. We just saw one.
Yeah, and a good one. Got Ben out in front, off balance.
Came right back and strikes him out. Strikes out the side. We go to the 5th, tied 3-3.
5th inning. We're tied 3-3, Rays Red Sox in a rubber match. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. It's @SunSportsRays. We've got our in-game tweets going. We want to get your questions, interact with you, so keep those tweets coming our way. And also check out FoxSportsFlorida.com. Now, one Ray has decided to jump on the Twitter bandwagon. Luke Scott is the newest Ray to join Twitter, and he says this is the real Luke Scott. There have been some fake Twitters out there for him, but this is his real account, and he puts out a nice Luke's line of the day. So I guess we'll have to see if that's something to look forward to later on. Guys?
Well, we'll have to check that occasionally.
Absolutely.
See what tidbits he has for us.
Get some wisdom.
Daniel Nava leading off the 5th. The pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Nava, Ortiz, and then Gonzalez. There's the strike. Rays open a little bit of a gap in left center for Nava, with Upton shaded a little bit for Nava to pull in center, and Jennings a couple steps toward the line in left. Pitches away, breaking ball, 2-1. Each team with 7 hits, each team with 3 runs. And a long one to deep right. Zobrist will look up, and this one is gone. Nava tees off, hits his 4th home run of the year, and that's going to make it 4-3 Boston. Leadoff home run in the 5th for Daniel Nava.
Now that was a changeup there by James Shields, and it just floated into that region that left-handed hitters, their eyes light up. This ball ends up down and in. Just dropped the bat head on it. Actually, this ball ends up middle of the plate, but you see Nava close to home plate, and he's able to just reach out there and lift it, get it out by plenty.
2nd home run of the day for Boston. 16th given up this year by Shields. Now here's Ortiz. Tracks the pitch low. Ball, no strikes. Ortiz has walked and is lined to short. The Rays again have the shift on for him. Got around his feet. 2-0. Line drive, and that's going to be a base hit into center, up into his left to make the pickup. Ortiz has his first hit of the game. Home run and a single for Boston to open the 5th.
Well, that was a backdoor cutter there by James that ended up catching just a little bit too much plate, or at least enough where David Ortiz with his long reach could get out to it. Just ball cut right into the swing of David Ortiz.
Gives Ortiz a 10-game hitting streak now. Adrian Gonzalez is the hitter. It's too low. Gonzalez 2 for 2. Scoop by Pena, out at second, and the throw back to Shields, not in time, and the stretch by Shields over there at first base. But Gonzalez beat that play back in.
Great effort by Shields trying to get as far off first base as he could to make that play. Everything just took a little bit too long to develop, starting with the chopper here. Not hit particularly hard. Carlos Pena, 2 hops. Pro hop feed to Elliott Johnson. He tries to speed it up, and James Shields, wow, pretty impressive on the splits there. You get nervous if you're one of the coaches in that dugout watching your starting pitcher go out like that. My goodness.
A little tension on the hamstrings there.
Mine is a little sore right now.
It's a pitch inside to Ross. 1 ball and no strikes.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that approach, it may be before your time, but Jim Gentile, big power hitting left-handed first baseman, used to do that with regularity. Pitches down 2-0. He was amazing with that stretch. And Shields a pretty good imitation of that right there.
Yeah.
Cut to miss. 2 balls and a strike. One-run ball game. We're in the top of the 5th. Runner at first, Gonzalez. Cut and miss. Ross pulling off that pitch.
Well, 2 in a row. Cutters down and away. That's the key. Good location there by Shields. In fact, those last 2 pitches almost resemble like a tight slider. He's able to get on top of it and throw it to the bottom of the zone.
Two. Foul up the right side. That's going to be out of play. Boston led 1-0. The Rays led 3-1. Boston tied it in the second with 2 at 3-3. Now they've taken a 4-3 lead in the 5th. Two. Ground ball through the right side. And to second goes Gonzalez, and Ross is aboard.
Well, the 2 cutters that Cody Ross swung and missed at for Shields to get back on the count were down and away, and he pulled off of them. This cutter, it stays elevated. Cody Ross just pounds it through the opening on the right side. And here it is. This is the difference. The location of the pitch. Can handle that one.
So the Red Sox now have 10 hits. This is the 4th consecutive start in which Shields has given up at least 10 hits. Swing and a miss by Saltalamacchia. Gave up 10 against the Indians the last time out. 10 to the Yankees the time before, and 14 hits to Detroit at the end of June. Foul ball, 0-2. Here you go. Pitched into the 8th inning in that Detroit game, and 7 each against the Yankees and Cleveland. 1-1 with a no decision spread over those 3 previous games. Down 4-3 in this one in the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Saltalamacchia. 2 men on now with 1 out. Ross at first, Gonzalez at second. The count is even, 2-2. Shields getting to 100 pitches now. 121 pitches in his last outing against Cleveland. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and time granted. Saltalamacchia is stepping back. Into the dirt. The count's going to go full to Saltalamacchia.
How about that block by Lobato? That was outstanding. That curveball, not easy. He's got to come up high on him, but watch him throw that right shoulder over top of that baseball, smother it, knock it right down, keep it in front. Good job.
The 8th 3-ball count Shields has run, and now he walks Saltalamacchia. So the bases are going to be loaded with 1 out, a run already home. Middlebrooks is going to be the hitter, and Jim Hickey will trot to the mound. Time now for the Just for Men Auto Stop foolproof stat. David Price, the winningest pitcher in the American League, and has matched R.A. Dickey and Gio Gonzalez for the Major League lead in wins. Just as the Rays can count on David Price, you can count on Just for Men Auto Stop for foolproof results. David made 119 pitches, worked 7 1/3 last night en route to a 5-3 victory. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned, to increase his record to 12-4.
Tell you what, the maturation of David Price has been a lot of fun to watch.
Will Middlebrooks. The first pitch is a strike. Middlebrooks 2 for 2 today. And a line drive base hit past Johnson into center. Gonzalez scores. Ross heads to the plate. He will beat the throw in. 2 more runs score, and Boston will take a 6-3 lead. Middlebrooks is 3 for 3.
Middlebrooks takes this cutter. He's able to get out, stay right down on that pitch, and hit that ball hard enough to get it by the diving Elliot Johnson and out into center field. And B.J. Upton with a nice strong throw here to the plate, but not in time to get Cody Ross, and the Red Sox now have doubled up the Rays.
Mike Avila is the shortstop. The pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. Baden Hopp and McGee up in the Rays bullpen. The chopper foul. It's 1-1. So 11 hits for Boston. One and 2 to Aviles. It's 146 hits given up this year by Shields. And strike 3 called at the knee. Avila's caught looking.
I don't think Avila saw the end of that pitch. He's not real happy about it. That was a cutter, front door cutter. Set up in, started in off the plate. Just continues to track right to that inside corner. Great pitch.
Now the 8th man to step in is Pedro Siriaco, their number 9 hitter in the lineup. Block again by Lobaton. He's had a couple of those in this inning. That one on a curveball.
Yeah, on some breaking balls that are not easy to block because they're so far out in front of him. It's one thing if it's bouncing right in front of you and just smother it. Those, you got to get aggressive with.
That's a strike. Now it's 1-1.
What he has done a nice job on those particular pitches is angling his body, getting over top of the baseball and angling it so he keeps it in the middle of the field.
Ground ball, that's foul. Joey Royster. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 30 pitches now in this inning. Served up by James Shields. Red Sox have a 3-run fifth. It's low. 2-2. Ellsbury is on deck. Ground ball shortstop. Johnson with a throw to first, wide, and Pena managed to keep his foot on the bag to record the out and end the top half of the fifth. Boston sends 8 to the plate. The Red Sox scored 3. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 6-3 Boston. There's the out at first.
A 6-3 lead here over the Rays. For all the latest updates on your Tampa Bay Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse, we bring you the in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com, powered by the Tampa Bay Times.
The Rays have some ground to make up. The first pitch to B.J. Upton is fouled. A fastball. B.J. looking for his first hit of the game. Struck out swinging on a curveball back in the first and a fly ball to right. His second time up. That came in the second inning. So here in the bottom of the fifth, he's leading off. 1-1 to count. Angels make it a 9-5 game over New York in the top of the 8th at New York on a Eric Ibar squeeze play. 2 balls and a strike. Matsui next, and then Keppinger. Two. Bruce Beckett, 32-year-old right-hander. Walked 2 and given up 7 hits, 3 runs. All of those came in the first. The Rays have had runners on in every inning. And Upton chases that one. He's out on strikes. 1 away in the 5th. And we'll get Hideki Matsui to the plate. Toronto batting in the bottom of the 8th, leading Cleveland 3-0. And the Tigers have a 3-0 lead on the Orioles. Detroit batting in the top half of the 7th. Matsui takes the first pitch, and that's a strike. Jake McGee up in the bullpen. Shields has gone 5. Touched for 6 runs and 11 hits. 1-1 curveball that stayed up and away. Side 2-1. Justin Verlander's pitching that game today for Detroit, giving up 2 hits through 6. Two and 1 now. And Matsui manages to hold up the appeal down to 3rd. The count advances to 3 balls and a strike.
I didn't think the appeal was going to matter. That looked like a cutter that was all over the plate. Forget about the swing.
How about that? It was all over the plate. One is foul. The count goes full. One thing Beckett's done a pretty good job of today is to stay out of those 2-0 and 3-1 counts where he's behind. And he's like a lot of pitchers. You put him in a hitter's count, it's a different story.
Oh, yeah.
But he stays out of those counts. Does a good job of doing that. And Matsui went that time. Out on strikes. He tried to hold up. Strikeout number 7.
Let's take a look at it. Cutter down and in, and see right there, a little bit too far.
So that's 4 consecutive strikeouts. He got Pena and Zobrist to end the 4th. He actually struck out the side in the 4th, but Rhymes' base hit interrupted that string. Upton and Matsui out here in the 5th, and a breaking ball is inside.
Well, this is just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. I'll take 2. Oh.
Keppinger lifts a fly ball to center. Ellsbury's right there and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays, and we move into the 6th. 6-3 Boston. go to the 6th. Rays call it a day for James Shields after 113 pitches. 5 innings, 6 runs, all earned on 11 hits. He strikes out 5 and walks 3 and gives way to Jake McGee.
Well, one of the things that we talked about in the pregame show is the Rays bullpen, how well they've performed this year, how well they've thrown the ball the last couple of games. They're going to need to do that again starting right now if the Rays have any chance of crawling back in this game. And it starts with Jake McGee, who comes on for the 40th time in good numbers all the way down.
The Rays got off to that 3-1 lead. 3 in the first on Josh Beckett. And here's the top of the order: Jacoby Ellsbury, Nava, and Ortiz. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Cut to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a 2-1 count. The 6 earned runs given up by Shields today. The first time he's given up as many as 6 earned runs in an outing since his very first start of the year. He gave up 6 earned runs in 5 innings against the Yankees on April 6th. The count goes to 3-1. Now to Ellsbury. The Rays managed to come back and win that game 7-6. They trail 6-3 in this one. And Ellsbury, who's batting for the 4th time today, fouls it. The count is full. Foul ball back. Jake McGee is in the game here Friday night. Final 2 outs in the 9th inning of that game. And a base hit struck through the middle on a fastball, and Ellsbury makes the turn at first and holds. He is 2 for 4. The hitter will be Nava. Nava has walked and homered in between. Grounded out to second base. Burke Badenhop up again in the bullpen. A high fastball. 1-0. Rays have been out hit by 5 and they trail by 3 runs. It's now 2 balls and a strike. We're 2-0. Nobody out here in the inning with a runner at first. See Ortiz on deck. There's the strike, gonna cut and a miss. The Rays trying to hold Boston here in the 6th inning. 4 shots left to make up the difference. Asking the bullpen to keep Boston right where it is. And a cut and a miss. 2-2.
A couple of high octane fastballs here from Jake McGee. Powers right by Nava to get back in this count. Just straight challenge and right out over the plate with 96.
McGee's 2-2. He misses. 96 and the count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't miss by much.
2-2 trying to go to that outside corner. Where is it? Looks pretty good right there.
Yeah.
Definitely caught play. They probably called that pitch up. Boy.
Here we go on 3-2. Runner on the move, and the pitch is popped down the right side. Rhymes angling toward the bullpen, and he lost sight of it. The ball falls to his left. Zobrist and Rhymes angling for that one. Pena not quite halfway down to the bullpen area.
I think Pena just quit on it. Here he is. The ball goes up. A couple of hard steps, and that's it. He just shuts it down. Rhymes, he's going hard, but overruns it.
So full count to Nava, 3-2. Got another 3-2 delivery. Runner goes, and there's ball 4. So Ellsbury moves to second. Nava draws the walk. David Ortiz will be the hitter, and a trip to the mound for Jim Hickey. So Ortiz will be up here. The Red Sox have another threat developing. Meanwhile, Toronto has shut out Cleveland 3-0. So that win for Toronto pushes the Blue Jays over 500. Everybody in the American League East at least the 500 mark starting play today. And the Blue Jays are now 45 and 44. Here's Ortiz. And that's a strike. Ortiz singled his last time. Ten-game hitting streak for Ortiz. And that's the pitch inside, 1-1. McGee in his first inning here in the 6th, trying to get the first out of the inning after giving up the base hit to Ellsbury and the walk to Nava. And a ground ball knocked down by Johnson, but everybody's going to be safe. Johnson to his left managed to get his glove down to keep it on the dirt part of the infield. The bases are going to be loaded. Sharply hit ball by Ortiz.
Very sharply hit ball. Elliot Johnson positioned well. As he backs up, he's got to move to his left immediately because of how hard it was hit. He gets the glove to it. Not able to hold on to it. His momentum takes him out of the play.
So the bases are loaded with nobody out. Boston put up 3 in the 5th and a major threat brewing in the 6th. Gonzalez 2 for 3 with a run batted in.
Forces the Rays to pull the infield in.
And a cut and a miss at an opening fastball, strike 1.
Adrian Gonzalez, he wants something up in the zone that he can get to the outfield, but when it's up there and it's 96, 97, it's tough to get on top of.
Gonzalez missing his first games of the season the last couple nights here. Pitch in on him and he fouls it, a roller. 0-2. Rays have been out hit 13-7. Two-strike delivery is low. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch is mounting up for McGee here. Still nobody out of the inning, and he's already in 20 pitches. Gonzalez fouls it away. So it's a 1-2 count. McGee been tough against Gonzalez, who's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts against the Rays lefty. McGee's ahead of him 1-2. He strikes him out. Fastball, and Gonzalez is out on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Oh, a huge out here for the Rays. Jake McGee powers this fastball. This is a ball down, and he gets Gonzalez to chase.
So with 1 out, the base is loaded. Joe Madden emerging from the Rays dugout. And the Rays will make a pitching change. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
holding on to a 3-run lead. Well, Saturday, August the 4th, the UFC returns to Fox with 4 massive fights, including knockout artist Shogun Rua taking on Brandon Vera in the biggest fight of his career, plus an epic bout between former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and rising star Ryan Bader. UFC Fight Night on Fox, sponsored by Bud Light, is live from L.A. on Saturday, August the 4th at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Here at the Trop, Burke Badenhop, the new pitcher for the Rays, faces Cody Ross and throws a first pitch fastball for a strike.
Burke on for the 41st time, and these are the type of situations that you need to bring him in. Bases loaded, you want a ball on the ground, looking for a potential double play, and he is the sinker ball specialist.
And that's a strike. 0-2. Ross singled and scored in the 5th inning. Badenhop quickly ahead, 2 strikes. Ooh, a little bit up.
No, just a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Another look at that last pitch. Trying to bring it down into the strike zone. 1-2. Fly ball center field. Upton's there to make the catch. The tag at third. Ellsbury heads to the plate. And the Red Sox pick up their 7th run. That makes it 7-3.
Well, Ross is able to get this ball to the outfield. That's what he was trying to do, especially being down in the count 1-2. Got to avoid the strikeout. You really want to avoid that ground ball. And he got the job done for the Red Sox.
So he picks up a run batted in, the 41st of the year for Ross. So it's 7-3. And the catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia, steps in. He walked his last time, has struck out, and is grounded out today. 1 ball, no strikes. Ortiz at first, Nava at second. The run charged to McGee. He left with the bases loaded. Saltalamacchia sends a fly ball into left. Jennings right there making the catch. That takes care of the Red Sox in the 6th, but they pick up a run. 7-3 Boston.
the 6th inning. We have a special group here. Bob Seeler, why don't you tell us about what you have done for this amazing program, Operation Helping Hand?
Well, Operation Helping Hand is mainly for the patients, and we've tried to help the patients. It's going on 8 years now, and it's mainly the combat injured, wounded from Iraq and Afghanistan. And what we do is try to support them any way we can.
And it's military helping military.
That's true. Yes.
We have a special guest with us too, Austin Bircher. Tell us about what Operation Helping Hand has meant for you.
Operation Helping Hands has meant a huge part. They have helped bring my family down to Florida when I was first injured, and it meant a whole lot to me.
We have a whole suite up here filled with veterans who have a lot of active military too, right?
That's true. These are all active duty military, and they're being treated at the Haley Hospital here in Tampa, and without the help of the hospital, and the main reason we're here is to support the patients that are being treated at the hospital.
Bob, thank you. Austin, thank you very much for everything you did for our country. Thank you very much. And guys, in addition to all these fabulous people here in the suite, we had a very special first pitch today. William Reichel, age 90, lives in the area, threw out the first pitch, and he was a prisoner of war for 15 months, shot down on a mission, and there he is, 90 years of age, throwing out the first pitch today. So a lot of unbelievable people here at Tropicana Field this afternoon. Back to you, Dwayne.
Yep, and not lost that Matt Moore from a military family was there to receive that first pitch.
Tried to get him to chase. Down and away out of the zone. Good 0-2 pitch.
High percentage pitch right there. 2-2. Jennings reaching out for this one. A little breaking ball, and he pops it up. Siriaco to shallow right from second base to make the play. So Jennings is the first out. Rays rookie left-hander Matt Moore in the dugout. Jose Lobaton. And I did hear a little of the story from Bill Reichel. He was with the U.S. Army Air Corps when he was shot down. Foul ball in World War II. And the story is that he didn't have his parachute completely on and left the plane without it and was putting it on at the time and survived all these years to tell the story. And so we salute all of those veterans across the years for all of their wonderful service. 1-1 to count to Lobaton.
Can't even imagine.
Jennings has popped out. Lobaton with a count of 1-1. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2. It's 100 pitches now for Beckett.
How about that for Josh Beckett? The first 3 hitters of the game for the Rays scored, and he's very quietly ended it right there.
Curveball hit on the ground. Beckett takes the toss from Gonzalez. 2 gone. Yeah, he's spread 3 hits over the rest of the game after the Rays got 3 runs and 4 hits in the first. But one thing for sure, he did not allow the game to speed up on him. If anything, he slowed it to a glacial pace in that first inning. It took almost 20 minutes to make 26 pitches in the first.
Yeah, that was really slow. I mean, I think even for Josh Beckett, I'll tell you what, he was able to get through that first inning. His offense got the Red Sox right back in it. And he has settled down and thrown the ball well since.
And they've given him 7 runs. There's a liner into right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Elliott Johnson has his second hit. Now he's going to go to second, and there's no play on it.
How about that?
Hustled his way into second and caught the Red Sox back on their heels.
This is why you don't assume. I love that. Elliott Johnson coming out of the box, goes to first and just catches the Red Sox defense napping. This is just your typical base hit to right field, and Elliott Johnson's like, you know what, I'm not satisfied. They're not going to pay me any mind. I'm going to go in there. That's embarrassing.
Well, let's see if that can ignite something here for the Rays. Top of the order, Will Rhymes. Rhymes takes a strike. He's 2 for 3 today against Beckett. Andrew Miller up in the Boston bullpen. Ground ball back to the hill. Beckett's tossed to first. That retires the side. We're through 6. 7-3 Boston. James Shields on an RBI single by Adrian Gonzalez that scored Daniel Nava. Rays came back with 3 in the bottom of the first. Zobrist with a base hit to drive in a run, and Desmond Jennings singled home 2 more. And the Red Sox got 2 and got even on a home run by Mike Aviles in the second. Daniel Nava went deep to open the 5th, and before the inning was over, Will Middlebrooks singled home 2 more. They added a run in the 6th, and it's now 7-3. Burke Badenhop opens the 7th, facing Middlebrooks. And the first pitch is a strike. Middlebrooks is 3 for 3 today. Chops it to third. Keppinger up with it. His throw to first is in time. One out here in the 7th inning. Shinichi Tazawa, who was just active for the Red Sox today, up from Pawtucket. Scott Atchison was placed on the disabled list. Mike Aviles. He has a home run and a bunt single in 3 official at bats. It's a strike. A popper, shallow right center field. Here comes Zobrist, and he makes the catch. A nice break on that one by Zobrist to get there and put it away.
Yeah, that ball hung up there just long enough off the end of the bat from Aviles, making a bid for a blue pit, but Ben Zobrist is going to have none of that. A nice sliding catch here.
You know, Zobrist has been an excellent outfielder. He's made 7 errors this year, but only 1 in the outfield. Siriaco.
Not easy doing what he's done the last few years also, moving from infield to outfield and doing a nice job really in both spots, but really like him out there in right field.
Pitch outside into Siriaco.
Although with the impending return of Matt Joyce, those days be numbered.
The Rays hopeful of getting Matt Joyce back maybe by the end of the homestand, certainly by the road trip if everything goes well.
Certainly use it.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, top half of inning 7. Strike. 2-1. Matt Joyce beginning a rehab assignment with Charlotte. There's a possibility that sometime in the middle of this coming week he could be back. Ground ball right side. Rhymes up with it, and a toss to first. A 1-2-3-7. First time today that the Red Sox have gone down in order.
It is 7-3 Boston as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Ben Zobrist due up second in this inning. And before the game, a special award handed out for the Major League Baseball Player Alumni Association. It's our Toyota Insider Look. And Orestes Estrada, our own O-Show, was on hand to deliver the Heart and Hustle Award presented by the MLBPAA to Ben Zobrist for his hustle on and his work ethic off the field. And once again today, Ben Zobrist, as always, hustling down the line, beating out that infield hit. Zobrist with that little bloop in the left field takes advantage where the ball gets away and stretches a single into a double. Zobrist always working hard, always in good position here, fielding his position well in right field. And guys, recently he has taken to getting prepared for the game by riding his bike back and forth to Tropicana Field. So a guy who is always ready, getting a little extra workout in and riding his bike back and forth to the Rays home games. Back to you.
Not surprising. He is a hard worker and a guy who has earned that award. Great heart and hustle.
Well, the key is on the bike is his chin strap on his helmet secured in a comfortable position.
That's the most important thing.
Is the most important thing.
And advice coming directly from his manager, Joe Madden, who knows a thing or two about riding a bike.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So we have a new pitcher for Boston. Beckett works the front six and gives way to Junichi Tozawa, making his 6th appearance and just back active up from Pawtucket. Scott Atchison goes to the disabled list.
Say it isn't so.
Issue with the forearm.
Man, he's doing a nice job for Bobby Valentine coming out of that bullpen. That 1.76 earned run average. Tough loss.
So here's Carlos Pena. And he lines it into center. That's going to be in there, a base hit. So he greets Tozawa in his fastball by lining it into center field. Carlos on for the 3rd time, 2 hits and a walk. Wade Davis up in the bullpen. Tozawa, fastball and a changeup and a slider, a couple other pitches, but those would make up most of what he'll throw. Zobrist takes a look at a breaking pitch. Curveball is low. It's Melanson busy in the bullpen. Down and in. 2-0. Beckett struck out 7. He walked 2. Gave up 3 runs on 8 hits. So hit a man, made 104 pitches in the 6 innings. He worked before giving way to Tozawa. And ball 3, 3-0. Ball on 3-0 in for a strike. 1 count. Melanson continues to warm up in the bullpen. And a line drive. There's a base hit into right field by Zobrist. Pena heads for 3rd. Throw's going to be cut off, and they're going to get Zobrist after a big turn at first. They cut off the throw, and it comes back to Gonzalez, who puts the tag on Zobrist, and the Rays lose an important base runner.
Well, trying to be aggressive, and Ben Zobrist is also trying to check out the height of that throw from Cody Ross. Mike Aviles does a nice job of cutting that ball off. He's got to go up high to do it. Nice job here on the base hit. Cody Ross is going to try to throw out Pena. Watch Aviles go way up to get it, and Ben was fooled. Thought that ball was going to be over Aviles' head. He's reading it. That's going to get over his head, and then it's too late.
So a couple of base hits. There's a man at third with one out. Bobby Valentine comes out of the dugout. Zawa giving up a couple of line drives to the first two hitters he faces. And Valentine will make a call to the bullpen. This brought to you by Metro PCS Wireless for All.
Four-run lead. Rays have a runner at third. Coming up on tomorrow's Rays Live, the pregame presented by Gulf Coast Honda, there will be an Alex Cobb interview. The return of Johnny Damon and Casey Kochman. And I will be breaking something down. You know what? Maybe it could be a list involving Johnny Damon. May have to sit a few plays out.
It'll be a big series.
Four-gamer.
Yeah, a lot of info.
Oh, boy.
Mark Melancon is the new pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Tazawa lasted two hitters, gave up two line drives, and it's a third of an inning under his belt with Zobrist cut down. So a man at third. And here's B.J. Upton against Melancon. Pitch is a strike. Fastball at 94. The Rays trying to scratch their way back in. They're right now down 7-3. They have 10 hits in this game. But trails 7-3. Rolling outside, and Saltalamacchia managed to get the mid on it to keep it from rolling too far away.
That was it. I mean, just a piece of that baseball. That was destined for the wall behind. This ball yanked and just off the heel. He's able to get a backhand and keep it close.
One ball, one strike. And a liner up the right side. That's foul, and a fine catch down there. Bullpen being protected.
Took a little false reverse step to get a beat on it. Still has not earned anything on the back of that jersey. Made some nice plays down there in the course of the first half, and still nothing.
The Rays trying to hide him and not let other scouts identify talent like that. Pitch is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pena's at third with 1 away. In the dirt, Saltalamacchia goes down to first to complete that strikeout on the hard breaking ball. 2 gone.
Well, BJ went way out of the zone for this pitch. Curveball by Melanson. It's going to bounce well short, actually way out in front of the plate. Saltalamacchia again does a nice job of keeping that ball close enough to be able to make a play.
Pena still at third, 2 gone, and here's Hideki Matsui. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Matsui struck out, walked, and struck out. Against that low sidewall. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's got 3 runs in the first. That's been it. They have 8 hits since the first, but no runs. Two hits here in the 7th. Count's going to go to 2-1. Keppinger is on deck. There's ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Valentine got 6 from Beckett. Gave up 3 runs early. Here's Tazawa and now Melanson in the 7th. Ground ball to the right side. Suriaka has it. The toss to first. Matsui's out. The Rays do not score. We're through 7, 7-3 Boston.
7-3. Well, Matt Moore is one of baseball's bright young stars, and on July 22nd, that's a Sunday, you can take a piece of him home with you. First 10,000 kids 14 and under get a Matt Moore bobblehead presented by Dex Imaging. The Rays take on the Mariners as part of Family Fun Day presented by the Tampa Bay Times.
As we go to the 8th inning, Wade Davis is the new pitcher for the Rays, making his 30th appearance. Pitcher number 4 of the day. He'll face the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury, who is 2 for 4. And the first pitch fastball is high. Angels held on to defeat New York. It's a 10-8 final. The Angels over the Yankees, who scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1-1 to count. Each team had 4 home runs in that game. Look out. Foul ball just to the left of the screen. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. The Orioles lose to Detroit 4-0. Two and 2. The Tigers going to move ahead of Cleveland in the American League Central. Verlander got that win, 8 innings of work. He's 10 and 5. And a base hit into right field. Ellsbury with a 3-hit day. And the Red Sox happy to have him back. 14 Boston hits now.
He was able to get this one just over the infield out into right.
The Red Sox have been retired in order 1 time. Rays have been retired 1, 2, 3 1 time. 24 hits in this game. There's Nava. Takes the pitch low. Nava homered in the 5th inning. Also walked twice. Officially 1 for 2. Grounded out to second in the 2nd inning. White Sox are batting in the top of the 9th in Kansas City, leading the Royals 2-1. Chicago started the day 3 games in front of Cleveland and 3.5 in front of the Tigers. That will all change. 1-1 to count. Outside part of the plate, now 1-2. Davis facing his 2nd hitter. Shields worked 5, charged with 6 runs. McGee 1 run in a 1/3 of an inning, and Badenhop an inning in 2/3. Two balls, 2 strikes. making its first appearance in this series. Toss over to first. Ellsbury back in there. Boston will be headed home. Going to take on the White Sox and then the Blue Jays in a 7-day, 7-game homestand. The Rays stay right here. Take on the Cleveland Indians starting tomorrow night. Nava loops it down the left field line, foul, and just beyond the bullpen. Two balls, 2 strikes.
I think they believed her. Where'd you get that?
Yep. Swing and a miss. Nava's out of there.
Well, the Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $43,000 has been donated.
Well, David Ortiz, 2 for 3 with a walk. Extended his hitting streak to 10 games with a 5th inning single. Ball left side. Keppinger down to second, 1. Johnson still to first. That's 5-6-3 on the double play out of the shift. Bottom of the 8th coming, 7-3 Boston.
I just like the vibe of the music. I just like something I can bob my head to and get ready to play. I like obviously I like Lil Wayne and the Cash Money and Young Money, the group.
Jeff Keppinger is going to lead off the bottom of the 8th, to be followed by Jennings and then Jose Lobaton. Keppinger takes the first pitch from Melanson. That's a strike. Brent Lillibridge in the game at first base. Pitch is high, 1-1. By Siriaco at second to retire Keppinger and rob him of a base hit.
Hit hard. Siriaco is playing a good position, a couple steps to the right and a dive, and able to take a hit away from Jeff Keppinger. Look where he's at, kind of shading up the middle. Nice play.
Spring-loaded catch by Siriaco.
He'll get you.
Desmond Jennings. The pitch is a strike. Jennings single home a couple runs in the first, and that's been it for the Rays in the run department. Soper single home a run, and then Jennings got 2 home with a base hit. No runs since.
Man, it looked like it was going to be one of those days because the Rays came out not only swinging the bats hot, but swinging early. Really in attacking mode off Josh Beckett. Played those 3 runs right away. He has the well dried up.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball foul outside of third, breaking his bat. Fastball pouring in on him, and he breaks the bat. Jennings gets a new bat, and that young man gets a souvenir. One-two pitch. Tap right side. Littlebridge with the pickup and tag. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 gone, and we'll check in with Todd.
Dwayne, time to look at our Autoway text poll question again today. Basically, it is, do you think the Rays, with 74 games to go, have enough time to win the AL East? Sure, plenty of time. TB1. TB2, no. Let's focus on the wild card. Text your vote to 789-789, and we'll have the results in our Rays Live post-game show. In addition, we will have Joe Maddon's press conference, interviews from the clubhouse, myself, Orestes, Dwayne, BA with their thoughts. By the way, guys, speaking of the wild card, if the Rays do not come back and win this game, 7 teams in the American League within a game and a half of the second wild card spot. That means only 3 not within a game and a half. Guys, back to you.
All right, Beaubaton lifts the fly ball to left. Nava makes the catch. So we're through 8 with the score 7-3 Boston.
To lead the Rays 7-3. With this MLB on Fox season, Fox Sports is proud to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, a place where youth can reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. To learn more, please visit greatfutures.org/Fox Sports.
Wade Davis climbs the hill to work the 9th inning. Pitched the 8th, gave up a base hit to Ellsbury, and eventually got a double play ball. Brent Littlebridge will open the inning in the spot originally occupied by Adrian Gonzalez. The pitch is a strike. Started at first base last night, went 1 for 4. Felix Dubron, a little throwing in the bullpen, and Fredo Aceves up there. Pitch is away. 1-2. Reaching for that one, is out on strikes. Second strikeout for Wade Davis.
And Wade Davis gets him to chase a cutter off the plate. A couple nice little breaking balls earlier in that count. Wade Davis, another one of the guys coming out of that Rays bullpen that's done a really nice job, adapted very well, has not complained. You know, he loved to be a starter, went to spring training with the idea of becoming a starter. Jeff Neiman took that role, but no complaints, right to the bullpen and right to work.
Cody Ross, pitch is a strike. Outside, and he did go on the appeal. The count's 2 strikes. Cody Ross disagrees with Jim Reynolds down at first. A 2-strike count, and that is strike 3 call. Ross backs out of there. 2 up, 2 down via the strikeout.
Now that was a nice fastball by Davis, knee high, right to the outside corner with plenty of velocity. What you're going to be able to do with that pitch.
Now it's Saltalamacchia, 0 for 3 with a walk. Keppinger has moved from third to the first base side of second. 1 ball, no strikes. And there's the strike. In the National League, Washington beat Miami 4-0. Strasburg picks up his 10th win. He's 10-4. Swing and a miss. Fastball. 1-2. Shields had 5 strikeouts. McGee 1. Davis with 3. Trying to strike out the side and get the Rays to 10 on the day. The 1-2, and that's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there is ball 3 outside.
Got some hungry folks
looking for a pizza. It's Middlebrooks on deck. 3-2 to Saltalamacchia. And he strikes him out. Wade Davis strikes out the side. 4 strikeouts for Wade. 3 up, 3 down in the 9th. 7-3 Boston.
By authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Boston has built a 7-3 lead, and they bring on Alfredo Aceves, who is their 4th pitcher of this game. Aceves 0-6, 20 of 24 in the save department. This will be his 43rd game, and with a 4-run deficit here, this is not a save situation.
44 2/3 innings, 42 strikeouts, and the Rays with a tall task. Got to come up and somehow plate 4 runs. They got 3 in a hurry. First 3 hitters of the game came around to score, and that's it.
Well, they'll have Elliott Johnson, who out of that 9 spot really serves as a second leadoff guy and will lead off here in the bottom of the 9th. Then Rhymes and Pena. So we'll see if they can get something going, make it interesting here in the bottom of the 9th. Johnson has 2 hits today, a single and a double. So Melanson worked an inning and 2/3. Starting pitchers, the pitchers of record, Beckett and Shields. Pitch into Johnson. Low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Comes back with a couple curveballs here and misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
How do you like that? A 4-run lead, 9-hole hitter. Your closer's on the mound, and we're going to go curveball.
Well, another one, and he fouls it.
Maybe he's working on it.
Aceves pitched here Friday night, picking up his 20th save. Misses with the fastball inside, and it's a 3-1 count. And ball 4 inside. Rays have a base runner. Rays baseball today brought to you by the Hyundai Fuel Efficiency Drive Sales Event. By Bluebell Creameries. Try our newest flavors, summer strawberry pie. By Checkers, feast on. And by the 2012 GMC Sierra. It's our best Sierra ever. Elliott Johnson aboard. Will Rhymes. Pitch. Strike. Rhymes singled in the first and scored. Singled again in the 4th inning. Seves gets ahead of him. 0-2. Curveball for a strike. Chopper right side, Siriaco. Second base one, first base a wide throw. So they get Elliott Johnson on the 4, Siriaco to Aviles. 1 out, Rhymes reaches on a fielder's choice.
Certainly thought they had an opportunity to get a double play here. Aviles comes across and whoa. Little offline here.
Got a pretty good feed too.
Well,
had no chance.
You know, that was your typical coming across the bag there. The elbow drops a little bit. The ball sails on you.
Pena takes the first pitch, and that's a strike. Strike the count. The Indians are in town tomorrow night. Alex Cobb's going to make that start against Zach McAllister. We'll be with you at 6:30 with our coverage on Sun Sports. It's the first of a 4-game series against Cleveland. And that's a strike. Pena tried to check. Cobb will be after his 5th win. He's 4-5. McAllister 3-1.
A couple of good young pitchers going at it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we saw McAllister.
Yeah, we were impressed by him.
He was. It unraveled quickly on him, but he looked good in the early going.
And we've been impressed by Alex Cobb. Nice to see him get back to 500. A 2-strike count to Pena. And he is out on strikes. Breaking pitch, a little harder that one. So 2 gone.
A sharp break here. Nice Seves. Nasty curveball.
Here is Ben Zobrist. Ben is 3 for 4. And the pitch stays inside. Fastball that started to come back, work its way toward the plate, but it stayed in. Two and 0. Breaking ball. Rays have been out hit 14-10, and they trail 7-3. Zobrist up in the count, 2-1. And that pitch is a little high. Breaking pitch again, 3-1 now. Ball 4, Zobrist draws a walk. 2 walks in the inning. Pushes Rhymes up to second. B.J. Upton will bat.
And now you start to make things interesting. B.J. Upton can find his way on base. Base hit, walk, something.
Sure could make it interesting.
Doggone right. One bad pitch away from getting an opportunity to tie this game up in one swing. What a battle here.
J 0 for 4. And the Sevens misses with a fastball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Matsui's on deck. Would be fun just to get Matsui to the plate with the bases loaded. Sevens misses again. There is ball 2. 2-0. Siriaco in to have a conversation with the Sevens. Sevens just make sure he got back to his position okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
2-0. And there is ball 3. 3-0.
Here you go.
We're on the verge of getting Matsui to the plate with the bases loaded. Sub is stepping back. And a strike, 3-1. Upton on a fastball. Now we go to 3-2. Upton chased that 3-1 pitch out of the zone and missed it by plenty. So the count is full. And ball 4 is high. And the Rays will get the potential tying run to the plate here in the 9th inning.
Now this is all you could ask for coming into this inning against the Red Sox closer. Down by 4. Give yourself one opportunity with one swing of the bat, and thanks to 3 walks, here it is.
From Hideki Matsui, who is 1 out of 3 lifetime with a walk against the Sevens. Will be up here. It'll be interesting as the Sevens started this inning by throwing the breaking ball to Johnson. Now the bases are loaded. He's got the potential tying run at the plate after walking 3 men. And Matsui loves that first pitch.
Loves the heater, and he loves it elevated. Thought out his mind here.
Well, here it is. Sevens making his first pitch to Matsui. And it's down and in. He goes with the curveball. 1 ball, no strikes. Keppinger on deck. He's hoping to get a chance for another at bat in this game. Rays down to their final out. Tying run at the plate. Sevy stepping back one more time. It's Padilla starting to loosen in the Boston bullpen. And a long fly ball back into right, but he got under it just a bit. And Ross is there to make the catch. A fastball, and Matsui skies to right to end it. The Rays will leave the bases loaded with the potential tying run at the plate, and Boston wins this game 7-3. Beckett will get the win. Shields will take the loss. Beckett now 5-7 on the year. Shields 8-6. Took 3 hours and 36 minutes to play this game before 26,131. Aviles and Nava hit home runs in this game, and as we promised earlier in the contest, it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. And the home run by Mike Aviles, that came in the second inning. That tied the game, his 10th home run of the year. The Rays led 3-1 at the time. But a one-on-one-out home run by Aviles tied it. The Red Sox scored 3 in the 5th and another one in the 6th and win this one 7-3. We'll be with you tomorrow. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Game 1 of the series against the Cleveland Indians on Sun Sports in high definition. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast and not the outcome. And the final 7-3 Boston over the Rays. We'll see you next on Rays Live, the postgame.